Hello everybody, it's me Laura again, and today I'd like to warmly welcome you to a purely soft-spoken video. In this video today, I'll be answering some of the questions you've given to me over the past few weeks on my social media accounts, including YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. So, for those of you that like just talking, this might be very suitable for you to relax to. For any future Q&As, please feel free to leave your questions in the comment section if I've not answered any that you may have asked or wanted to hear an answer to. Okay, so this is going to be a collection of formal questions and informal questions, just quite a variety of questions you guys have given me. So the first question is, what band would you most like to see live? I think currently at the moment I'd like to see Rammstein live, or perhaps 30 Seconds to Mars. I've been listening to both of those bands a lot lately, and I really enjoy each of those bands' music. I've been watching basically all of the concerts from both of them. I've been watching Live House Berlin, Volga Ball, the American concert. All of these are from Rammstein, and I particularly enjoy the Malaysia concert, or one of the Malaysia concerts, by 30 Seconds to Mars. So I'd like to see either of those two bands live. Rammstein has a lot of special effects going on, a lot of pyro work going on, because the lead singer is a pyrotechnician, so there's always fireworks and fire displays going on. So I think that would be a really entertaining band to see. The next question is, what's your favourite album from beginning to end? Yes, for me probably would be Rammstein's Sehnsucht or Mutter. I really like Rammstein's old music. I like most of their albums, but probably Sehnsucht. Some of my favourite songs by them are Du hast, Links. It's probably my favourite, but yeah, those are my it's my favourite album that listening from beginning to end. I've not really been listening to a lot of new music lately. Just been going back mainly on music I listened to when I was younger. So if there are any bands you think I'd like based on those two, I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. The next question is, where would you like to travel, or any bucket list goals? I would love to travel all over the world. I recently visited America, which was very, very exciting for me. It was my first time outside the country. I spent a couple of weeks there, and it's very beautiful from what I've seen of it so far. I'd love to see Oregon and other places like that, and perhaps even New York. Other places I'd like to go, I'd love to go to Germany, and I'd really like to go to Japan and Norway, all these different exciting places. For me, having this first small taster of the world really does open you up to new cultures. It's very exciting, and so it's now encouraged me to want to go travel just about everywhere else. But when I get the time, I'd very much love to. So the next question is, which video game has changed your life? I wouldn't really say any particular video game has necessarily changed my life. There's certainly been video games which have impacted it. Dragon Quest, Journey of the Cursed King, certainly had a big impact on my life. This game has inspired me, or did inspire me to have a pet at the time. So I guess that had some pretty heavy impact. One of the characters from Dragon Quest is a small hamster mouse-like creature called Munchie, and I decided to get a hamster and name it after that character. It's really cute. Next question is, what's happening with your blogspot? Nothing new in over a year. Good question. Blogspot, for those of you who don't know, is basically a small blogging site that I have. I'll leave a link here on my channel in the description if you'd like to have a look. I basically post every now and then. I just update when I'm thinking something or feeling something. I'm not sure what to write about on that, but if any of you are interested in having a peek at it, I'd love some ideas on what to write about, because I'm basically always wanting to do something new. So if you have any ideas, please let me know, and I'll be very happy to rework the blogging site. So there's that. What games are you currently playing? Not really a lot of games at the moment. I've been playing Forza, which is it's a pretty good game actually. I haven't really touched racing games for a long time. I think the last type of racing game I played was Burnout, and that was a really long time ago. That was on the PlayStation 2. But right now it's Forza. It's a really fun game. And so there's that. Other than that, not really a lot of games. I recently played through Resident Evil 5 again, and I'm hoping to finish Resident Evil 0, which I still haven't finished, but I will. And Dragon Quest Heroes, the new Dragon Quest, which I'll eventually finish. But very excited for Final Fantasy 15. I recently played the demo, and the fighting style on it is very amazing. I've not really played many Final Fantasies, but the fighting style on this one seems very interesting. I think it would encourage people to not be so bored during battles and grinding, so I think that's really interesting. I'm very much looking forward to that. Next question is, what is your natural hair colour? I noticed a lot of people have been asking this question. Of course, because I've not had my natural hair colour in a video before. My natural hair colour is the same as my eyebrows, and that would be like a light brown. This is not my natural hair colour. This is just a ginger. You can see my roots there. So this is just a soft ginger that it's been fading out really fast. I'll probably top it up really soon. So that. Next question is, how tall are you? I am 5'3", maybe 2, maybe 3. But yeah, 5'3". The next question: what's happening with the 3DO? That's a great question. I know lots of you have been asking about the 3DO, so I thought I'd keep you updated. The 3DO I purchased was manufactured considerably poorly, so I have now decided to take apart the 3DO and have someone help me build it back up again. So that's a quick update on that. The next question is, what's your favourite sound, ASMR related or not? The sound which gives me instant tingles is water splishing in my ears, or spraying sounds. I don't really get it from videos, but in real life I can trigger my own ASMR by doing that. That's really relaxing. Other favourite sounds, lid capping in videos. I really enjoy that. I really like inaudible whispers. They're really great to me. I don't really like gibberish videos, but I do really enjoy inaudible whispered videos. My favourite types of videos in general tend to be inaudible whispers, role plays, face touching. It's very relaxing to me. Even hair brushing, if the audio is really nice and crunchy, and it sounds like a personal scalp massage. Those are probably my favourite sounds. Oh, and tapping, particularly fast tapping, if it's done on the camera, or like on wallets and purses where you have that sort of pitter-pattering leather sound. It's really nice. The next question is, what made you want to start making ASMR videos? So I've been making ASMR videos now for almost 4 years, as of this September coming up. For me, making ASMR videos has always been a fun and exciting hobby, and I'm very blessed by the fact that it can help people, which is just a wonderful side effect of these videos, and I'm very grateful to all of you watching. It's always been a wonderful pleasure to make these videos. For me, making ASMR videos helps push my creativity boundaries, because ASMR, unlike other types of YouTube videos, really doesn't limit your creativity boundaries. You can be a character in a role play, or you can be particularly caring and content in one, and you can be more experimental, maybe with layered sounds and different colours. ASMR to me is a very exciting and beautiful community. I'm very blessed and humbled to be a part of it with all of you, so it's a very friendly place to be, and ASMR to me has always helped me sleep and help me relax, more so relax than sleep. So I have a lot to thank this community for, so I figured that this could also be not only a wonderful relaxing hobby for me, but also as a way of giving something back to this wonderful community. So it's a wonderful question, so thank you for asking. The next question is from the same person. What was your first ASMR experience? My first ASMR experience was maybe, that I can remember, was when I was maybe 4 or 5 or 6 years old in little school, and it was reading time, and the class that we all had to stay in was very small and enclosed, so sounds would always be picked up very much in detail. So we would all sit in a big group, and the teacher would sit at the front reading the book, and her voice and the page flipping, and just the minute, tiny, detailed sounds in the room would trigger these wonderful tingles. I'd find myself getting goosebumps and tingles all down my arms and the back of my neck, not so much in my head, but back of the neck and my arms. And to my knowledge, that is when I first started experiencing ASMR, and I've been experiencing it ever since. The next question is, what is your "this is always nice" kind of music, no matter what mood you're in? For me, I have a long playlist of music, and recently I've been listening to a lot of orchestral classical style music from anime. I've not been watching a lot of anime lately, but I've been listening to the music. I find that music from anime is very underrated, and I feel like everybody whether you like anime or not, can find some sort of happiness and content from the music. I'll leave a link to my playlist if you'd like to have a peek, but particularly music from Naruto and Full Metal Alchemist, and the anime with the piano player and the violinist. Sorry, I don't remember the name. Definitely help relax me and always make me feel good. Very emotional music, but very beautiful and empowering. So to me, that would be my playlist to go to. The next question is, how did you get started on this channel? I'd love to try. Well, please do. The great thing is about ASMR is that everybody likes something different, so it's not as if ASMR will ever have this sort of limit to how many people it needs in the community. So please feel free to make a video. I'd be very happy to watch it, and I'm sure everybody else would. But to me, I first got started, I had no mic, I had no editing software, which still isn't, of course, necessary, but it can be helpful for perhaps larger videos in time. But for me, I started off with a digital camera that I got for Christmas, maybe 2 years before starting the channel, which is why my videos are always blocked in, my older ones. And the HD mode on that was always cut off at 7 minutes, so I'd always only be able to record in 7 minutes, which is why a lot of my videos always started off somewhere between 7 and 14 minutes long. An amazingly large amount of hissing white noise in the background. So I started off just with a digital camera that I was given, and I went on from there. And now I'm using my Yeti microphone, which has served me really well. I would highly recommend it. Great microphone. And I'm using my Panasonic HD V100. So, yeah, I just started off using that and Windows Movie Maker. They were all the things that I needed at the time. So, nice and simple and really, really enjoyable. So, the next question is, do you play any musical instruments? In terms of that question, I'd like to say I wish. Unfortunately, I do not. I love to learn the piano, or maybe the flute or the violin. I used to play the flute when I was really, really young, but I had to give it up, and I guess I just never got back to it since. But or the saxophone. Saxophone would be good. The next question is, how do you see yourself in 5 years, maybe 10 years from now? Doing what? Living where? And still doing ASMR videos? Well, if YouTube is still around in 10 years, or there's a different service or whatever, I'm sure I'll still be here and making videos. I mean, I enjoy it, I love doing it, and I really don't see myself stopping anytime soon. So if the service is still around for me to make these for you, then I'm very much happy to do so. I don't know where I see myself in the grand scheme of work and life and living. I would very much like to work somewhere in either history, art history, or journalism. If I had to choose out of the three, art history would be a very, very fascinating field to work in. So I'd like to say there, but who knows, I might end up somewhere completely different. The next question is, what is your favourite movie of all time? I'm not sure. I like a lot of films. I particularly like Limitless. I love Her, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. I've been watching a few different films lately. I watched Ex Machina, and I thought that was incredibly disappointing. I'd heard amazing reviews of it. I always imagined it as a more techie version of Her, and it really was a Garden State. That was a really, really good movie, wonderful plot. And I recently watched Donnie Darko for the first time. That was really, really confusing at first, but really, really great film. My favourite movie of all time will probably have to be one of the few that I mentioned at the beginning. I'd have to say maybe Django Unchained is also a really, really good film. Really, really awesome film. I am a big fan of Quentin Tarantino movies in general. The next question is puppies or kittens, and I would like to say both, because I love both, and I love animals in general, and I cannot decide between both. Okay, next question is favourite kind of coffee or tea. Unfortunately I don't really like either. I think the closest I've come to liking coffee is an iced frappe or frappe, and that was just okay. The only thing that I think tea is good for is dipping biscuits, in my opinion. Whilst over in America, I noticed that iced tea is very popular, unlike in the UK. I tried an abundance of different iced teas in the hope that I would like one of them, but unfortunately I do not, but I see why people do. It's very refreshing. I myself would probably go more for something like just juice or Pepsi. How do you feel when someone says you look like Ivana Lynch or Luna Lovegood? I've been compared to both the actress and the character for a few years now, probably because of the blonde hair. I myself have never seen it. Some people I've asked have said that I look like her, and some say I don't. I'm guessing I really don't look like her anymore with this hair, but yeah, it's always interesting to hear the comparison, because it really does make you wonder. I myself didn't really know the character at first, because I'm not a big Harry Potter fan. I had to look her up. I think I see some slight resemblances in maybe the style of hair. At the time I had quite thick, wavy hair, but it's certainly something I've been told quite a lot, probably for a few years now, but it's totally fine. I think she's a very beautiful woman, so it could be worse comparisons. Anything special planned in the future of your channel? I have a few things coming up. My Patreon is getting a complete changeover in the next few weeks. There's going to be completely different rewards. Probably getting a new camera soon. I'm looking for 4K, but potentially in the future. Just something a little bit different to perhaps make content a little bit more immersive. This background will also be changing soon, as I will be changing backgrounds again. If you could watch only one TV show for the rest of your life, what would you choose? Really don't really like many TV shows. I'm really liking John Oliver and Jimmy Fallon and is it Stephen Colbert? I like all three of those hosts. I've been watching a lot of American television. Those TV shows are great, so I could watch all of them every single day. I watched Saturday Night Live for the first time, I think a few weeks ago now, and so I've been watching a lot of the backlog of Saturday Night Live. I know there's years of the show, but there's certainly some really funny ones. Family Feud is probably one of my favourite parts of the show, and the one Jeopardy. Jeopardy is really a really fun section of the show, so I've been watching a lot of that lately. The next question is, what's your favourite anime? I haven't been watching any anime lately, unfortunately, though I'm very excited for Attack on Titan Season 2, so I'm very I know they just released the video game on at least PlayStation 4, so I will be getting that because it looks really, really good. If you have played that, please let me know if it was any good. I'm very interested to give that a go. So I'd have to just say Attack on Titan for now. Though there is still a huge backlog of anime I want to watch, including I think Guilty Crown, and everybody's been saying One Punch Man is a great anime. I think I read the manga very, very briefly when it first started coming out. It didn't really grasp me, so hopefully the anime is a little bit more enticing. The next question is, what food do you like and dislike? I don't really like anything to do with beef, or mushrooms, or barbecue sauce, or things like that. Foods I like: pasta, cheese, and chicken. Pretzels. I like really, really salty foods. I really like mango, kiwis. I don't really like messy fruits like oranges and apples. I consider apples a messy fruit. Yeah, those are some of the foods that I tend to like or dislike. And the last question for this video today is, what is the #1 greatest advice you would give a new ASMR artist? Or what is the most important thing you've learned? To me, it's about the content and not the quality of the content. You could have the best equipment in the whole wide world, but still not show a caring side. So I'd say focus on what you love. Try and find a nice split between what your viewer would like to watch and what you would like to watch, because I find that having passion from both sides can make it a lot more fun and a lot more exciting to do. I'd also like to say, don't stress about equipment. Some of my favourite ASMR videos are made with the little mics on headphones. Those are honestly some of my favourites. So don't worry about them. Don't worry about your equipment. There's always time in the future for that. Nobody really starts off with the best stuff. We all have to start somewhere. So just focus on making the content that you love and that your viewer loves, and it should make you much more keen to make more videos in the future. The most important thing I've learned is to it's really helped me be a much more patient person, and especially empathetic and sympathetic. There's a lot of good that's come out of having this channel shared with you guys, so that's definitely been something I've learned from this. I've also learned to not perhaps take the channel too seriously. These videos especially are some of my favourites to make because I can just relax and just introduce you more to a little bit more of my personality. So it's definitely something that I've learned, and I still slip on. I still need to feel like I can be more relaxed and more looser on my channel with you guys. So like I said, just make content when you feel comfortable to make it, and don't be worried about equipment. Everybody gets there in the end, and everybody can feel free to make content with whatever equipment they are happy with. I'd like to perhaps finish off by saying that in general, some of my favourite videos to make are these, and as I've said in the past, probably whispering videos. Have certainly been a favourite of mine to make, with tapping, where I have lots of different products and I tap on them or make sounds with them, and I whisper a little bit of a story about each product. this has been my quick Q&A for you. I really hope that you found this relaxing. And I thank you so much for watching. Like I said, if you have any questions for me in the future, please feel free to leave them in a private message or a comment, and I'll be very happy